Hello, everybody. Just thought you guys might get a kick out of me looking like Santa. Ho, ho, ho! This is my second week. At least, I don't know if I'm working here the whole week or just a couple days, but they ended up extending my temp work here at Absolutely Natural. So I'm back in the assembly line, closing box lids, but I found out I have to wear this thingy here, even though I don't really have much of a beard. But this is, I guess this is how they tell the male minions from the female minions. The male minions all have this white stuff on them, like a little beard cover thingy. Anyhow, job's going pretty well. It's fairly easy work, mostly repetitive stuff. Just they've actually switched it up a little bit. I've had to do a lot of different products. On some of the assembly lines, I end up doing stuff like screwing lids on. Yeah, all these things that you thought were automated, it's actually done by minions. So stuff like your shampoo bottles, your hand lotion, body lotion, suntan lotion, a lot of it is actually done manually here. I don't know if all the companies do that. I think a lot of them may have, you know, the bigger ones may have automated machines that do it, but for a small company like this, they actually have people there on an assembly line doing everything from prepping the bottles. Well, the first thing they do is they prep the boxes, the cardboard boxes we're going to deliver everything in, as well as the cardboard packaging box that the item comes out of. And even those things, they come flat, and you have to open them up and close the bottom up. And then what they do is, you know, they throw them into a box or bag and have like literally hundreds of them. And then they take those out and they put it into the cardboard boxes that they folded up, you know, and taped up and for shipment. Then they line those all up and have them ready to go like egg cartons, so that when the item is ready, you actually stuff them in there, close up the box, seal it up with tape, and stack it on the pallet for shipment, tag it and everything that you need to do. But the process, like on a lot of the items, is actually very manual. They have a section that does the mixing, where they mix all the various components to make the different things. Like one of the items I worked on is, I was shocked at the price of it. It's like a cream called Cool Azul. And that was the stuff I've been closing the lids on, you know, the retail lid. And then we box it up into the shipment box, you know, tape it up and put it on the pallet. That's what they mostly have me working on to help them out with that, because the machine's like super fast in spitting them out. What the machine does is it takes the vats, the big blue vats, I think they're like 80-gallon drums of the stuff, and it puts it into the tubes that get closed up and become the container that you squeeze the lotion out of. But the rest of the process is manual. So the machine squeezes that stuff in, and on this particular machine, it actually, the bottles that they come in, the really kind of like flat tubes, they already have the lid on them. So it goes in from the bottom. It squirts it in the bottom, and then the machine stamps it closed and cuts it and heat seals it. Then when it comes off the machine, a person has to take it and, you know, every so often, like when they make a new batch, take them out and weigh them to make sure that they're the correct weight, because it's actually a drug, it's a medication, it's an over-the-counter medication. So once they weigh it and it fits the criteria, which in the case of the Cool Azul was like 100 grams, it's like, has to be between 100 and 105 grams, you know, they basically have it ready for shipment. You know, they give it to us to stuff into the carton-like boxes that we've already pre-prepared, and then they seal it up. But they do that each time. There's a lot of quality control that goes in, and it is, you can see by the garb and stuff, it's a clean room, because we're working on stuff that can't be contaminated. So some of you were commenting about like wearing gloves and putting things underneath my gloves. That's not, I don't think that's really possible. We actually go through a whole bunch of these. Like every time I touch something that potentially is dirty, can contaminate it, I actually switch out to new gloves. So it's not uncommon that each day I might go through like 6 or 8 pairs of gloves alone, if not more. Every time I touch something that can conceivably be a contaminant, you know, before I go to do the the boxing and anything, you know, that's clean, the medication or the lotions and stuff, I have to switch gloves, and that's done just to reduce, you know, the chance of contamination. The Cool Azul, maybe I would go on YouTube to show you what that stuff is, but they have different versions of it, but the ones that we're doing right now, they basically run the machines to produce different items. But the ones that we're doing right now are the ones in the white tube instead of the blue tube. And I was shocked, but that stuff, each particular tube retails for like $54. Yeah. I think wholesale on it is like $44. So that's expensive stuff. We basically produce about 2 to 2.5 pallets per day. I think roughly 12,800 units. So you can multiply 12,800 by $54. And I did that the other day. I don't have a calculator handy, but it came up to about $740,000 to $1 million worth of inventory is how much we actually produce each day on that machine alone. So, and that's just one of the machines that's running. So they have other machines that does this other stuff called Red River. So Red River does like salon type stuff, you know, lotions, and there's also like Living Young is another brand that we do. That's the Cool Azul. I think it's called Living Young. No, it's Young Living. Is it Living Young or Young Living? It's one or the other. But it's called Cool Azul. And then there's another one I think called Living Young or Young Living. I think it's Young Living. Young Living. It's a diaper rash lotion. I don't know how expensive that stuff is, but I suspect probably a lot more expensive than you'd think. I was shocked at the Cool Azul, but supposedly that stuff is really, really good. Use it for like, it's like an ointment that you put on for swollen joints and stuff like arthritis and things like that. Or if you get hurt and, you know, it's going to swell up, you can put that on to cool it down. That's just some of the items I've been doing. The other thing is just breaking up boxes, cleaning up trash and stuff. It's standard type stuff, not really too complicated. But, you know, I'm glad to have the work. I know some of you think that I'm not appreciative, then you must not really understand what's going on. I'm very appreciative of the situation. It's nice to be able to work again. I do appreciate having a job and working. But just want to give you guys a quick update and let you see me dressed as Santa. Ho, ho, ho. Until next time, everybody, have a great day.